with Hrishi K.
Welcome back. Siddharth Dhanvant Shanghvi's brilliance is amplified by a new fable called The Rabbit and the Squirrel. It's out, and I highly advocate you go and get it. And this is the last leg of conversation with him. So, how's the photography going? And how much has the photography helped you write?
Photography is slow, but it's something that stays with me as a way to document the life around me. And what it's taught me is to think in pictures. I think Ansel Adams was right when he said that you don't take a photograph, you make one, and by which he means that you imagine it very clearly in your head and then encounter it outside. And I think that a lot of the writing process is like that. But I think this book I came to because of 7 years of curation, learning what to leave out, and how much to edit, how much to cull out. Because I know that with the last Song of Dust there was so much excess. I was 22 when I wrote it, and that I had very few people cracking a whip and editing. So here I was very lucky that 7 years of curation gave me that. It allowed me to think of what to leave behind.
Well, the operative word is fun, and you've been having a lot of fun.
Always.
You have friends in higher places. Salman Rushdie, and I said this to you off the mic, was one of my most exceptional guests on the show, simply because of his sense of humor, his wit, his repartee. And you spent an evening out with Salman that has gone down in the history books, if not the history books, at least the paparazzi books.
Well, the story goes, Parmeshwar Godrej had hosted a dinner for him. We were all working on an essay for the Bill and Melinda Gates Foundation for a book called AIDS Sutra, and we were having dinner. And it was one of those very fantastic Parmeshwar Godrej dinners on our beach house in Juhu. And at like 12:30, I get a call from a friend who says, "Look, I've got DJ Raveen from like Buddha Bar, and he's playing at my nightclub. Do you want to come?" And at this point of time, you'd seen like all of Bollywood royalty make jackasses of themselves in front of Sir Salman Rushdie, trying to impress him, and he was just a bit bored. And at 12 o'clock, I just said to Salman, I said, I'm going to scoot, I'm going. And he was like, "Where are you off to?" And I said, there's a nightclub. And he was like, can we all come? And I was like, sure. So it was Parmeshwar Godrej, Salman Rushdie, and a few other friends. And it kind of broken up with Padma Lakshmi. And so a friend of mine hooked him up with Riya Sen. And the next day, it was like on the front pages of all the papers of how Salman Rushdie had gone out night clubbing. And of course, there was a new ban on him that an ulema in Lucknow had decided to declare. So I think I got him into a little bit of trouble, but he's been very forgiving of me and extremely indulgent. He's a good friend.
And Carrie Kennedy, you took her out dancing in Goa.
Well, it was at a friend's house, and I was dispatched to look after Carrie Kennedy, the daughter of Bobby Kennedy, and she was a lot of fun. I didn't know what to do really, so I just said, "Let me get her as many martinis as possible," and I did. And then I think she said, like, "Can you teach me Bollywood dancing?" And I was like, "Sure." And of course, I know nothing about Bollywood dancing, and neither does she. So we decided to do Bollywood dancing, and then she's loving it, and she's knocking the martinis back. And at one point, I kind of stepped back because I'm busted. And then I see her just fall. It's not like, she's taken a stumble on the dance floor doing Bollywood dancing. She just falls right back. And I thought to myself, oh my God, one more Kennedy is dead, and it's my fault. As it turned out, she'd slipped or whatever. But she was such a trooper, and she'd been an athlete at university, that within 30 seconds she was up and she was dancing. And then that's when you see that this is what the Kennedys are about. They can take a lot of trouble on the chin and then keep dancing.
Listen, this has been so much fun. Have yourself a wonderful day, and keep doing this, stuff like The Rabbit and the Squirrel. How wonderful it is. Guys, go get a copy. Thank you, Siddharth.
Thank you very much for having me.
Cardi B, J Balvin, I like it.